Welcome, Randy Buehler. I'm here with Patrick Dickmann, who has a super sweet version of the Splinter Twin strategy, but I want to set this up. Let's go back first to October, Grand Prix Antwerp. It's a format where Modern is being dominated by the Jund deck, and one of the reasons the Jund deck is doing well is that kind of beats up on Splinter Twin, right?
Yeah, basically it was always Jund's plan to more or less destroy your opponent's game plan, and play with strats that are that always have the same power level, no matter at what time you play them. It's basically always the same.
Right, but you like Splinter Twin. You've played a lot of Splinter Twin.
Yeah.
How did you manage to put a Splinter Twin together that could win that Grand Prix?
Well, once I realized that there's no way to beat most of the current tier 1 decks, which were at that time Jund and basically the BG shell with Death Ride especially. I realized that I can't go with a traditional combo version just because once you only try to combo, you're so predictable. Like it's so easy to blow you out. You cannot really play around Abrupt Decay, which was a very popular card since it's printing, because it basically kills everything for 2 mana and cannot be countered.
Right.
Which was obviously a catastrophe for the traditional Twin versions, and that's why I tried another approach. And I realized that I only keep swinging in with Pestermite until they start killing my stuff, and therefore added Snapcaster Mage as well, just to create value, draw more cards, and basically force them to use their resources on my creatures without committing to the combo.
Right.
And once they are out of resources, I can still try to combo off or win a lot of games just by the tempo approach and beat them down with Pestermite and Snapcaster Mages. And
so that worked. You win Grand Prix Antwerp, and Twin ever since has really become this, I can burn you out deck. I don't need the combo. I'll try to kill you without the combo, but I've got the combo as a backup. So you're the guy we all have to blame for that innovation in the Twin strategy. But now you come and the bannings happen. You've got a new format, and what was your take on the Twin deck coming into this Pro Tour?
Well, I actually came up with a take that I wanted to try out for quite some time, which was adding Tarmogoyf to the deck. And,
so Tarmo Twin.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's Tarmo Twin now, just because people got used to the new strategy.
Sure. So you got to stay a step ahead of them?
Yeah, exactly. I got to stay ahead and come up with a new tech, just because, the whole deck used to be either power 1 or toughness 1, which is which puts you in an awkward spot. Like, you're very vulnerable to a lot of cards once people realize that I can usually play bold because you're not focused on the combo. Like, they try to race you, and then your tempo plays usually won't be good enough because their creatures are larger than yours, and they act more bold, and therefore you have to have a better board position. And Tarmogoyf acts as both a great attacker and a great blocker, because it's it's always 4/5, or in this deck even 5/6, just because you're playing enchantments and artifacts in the sideboard, which makes it huge.
All right, well, let's see how this deck actually came together. So we look at this slide. This does not look like a Splinter Twin deck. Snapcaster, Tarmogoyf, Scavenging Ooze?
Yeah, that's more or less a rock shell. Yeah, I agree. Just because the combo is a backup plan and can work. I mean, okay, the Splinter Twin is actually really good with Snapcaster Mage.
Right.
So it's oftentimes part of the combo. And the other creatures like Tarmogoyf I already explained. It's a big attacker and a huge blocker that you need to stay alive, especially with Wild Nakatal unbanned. Zoo has become really popular again, so having that 4/5 or 5/6 blocker against his 3/3s is invaluable.
Yeah, I was thinking that Splinter Twin would be worse in this Pro Tour because there's Wild Nakatals running around. You can't kill anything with Gravlavamancer, can't kill anything with Electrolyze. It really felt like the Zoo deck matched up pretty well against Splinter Twin. You're just like, Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do about this?
Yeah, they had just some adjustments had to be made. Like, of course, cards like Izzet-Charm, Electrolyze, they all got worse because 2 damage is just not good enough in a format full of 2/2s. But there's also Flames. There's another stuff that kills the other creatures, and Scavenging Ooze as well. A really great blocker. I mean, very often you get into this drawn-out situation where you have a blocker like Tarmogoyf or the Deceiver Exarch. That's why I play more Deceiver Exarch than I used to. And Scavenging Ooze in this stall-out board positions just totally dominates the board after a short while.
Okay, let's see the next slide.
Yeah.
Now, this looks a little more familiar as a Twin player.
Yeah.
But now, you said is this plan B or plan A?
Well, I can't really tell because, as I said, I always threaten the combo, and without threatening the combo, I'd rarely be able to actually kill, because like I do have potent creatures in Snapcaster Mage and Tarmogoyf, which are probably two of the best creatures in the format.
Sure,
but
absolutely.
But it would not be enough without the option or. To just win on the spot with Pestermite and Deceiver Exarch. Like, it's still a psychological effect, and the tapping effect is really good.
Yeah, it's really impressive how much that threat of that combo kill affects the way everybody has to play
exactly.
against it. Let's go to the next slide. Here's the creature set, and Flame Slash is the one that really struck me. This is not a card we've seen in Modern. Talk to us about Flame Slash.
Yeah, okay. Flame Slash used to be popular at a time when everybody was playing a lot more Spellskite than they do today.
Sure.
But at some point, Spellskite just vanished, and people found other options. But now with all the 3/3s in the format and more Tarmogoyfs due to Zoo, but Zoo can't really grow the Tarmogoyf like I can do or Jund could, because they don't have discard. So the early Tarmogoyfs are usually all 3/4, and you basically get every creature in the format with Flame Slash early on, and Pot became really good with the bannings, because Jund is out of the more or less out of the format. Like, it's still playable, but Death Ray Shame used to bug them. And against Pot, you get the Nvala and Spellskite as well, and both of them cause problems to you.
Keep going. Next slide. So, card drawing and permission suite?
Yeah, there's only one thing to say about the Gitaxian Probe, I think. I used to play Peak, but yeah, because it was really nice with Snapcaster Mage. Like, I didn't tap out that much than I do now, but I need sorceries for the Tarmogoyf. That's why I decided to play the Gitaxian Probe again.
Nice. Next slide. So we get into the lands, pretty straightforward? Or?
Yeah, exactly. You need the 8 fetch lands, and I think that should be obvious.
Next slide. Collection of multis. Pretty straightforward.
Lands. Yeah, exactly.
A couple more. And then what do we have in the sideboard waiting for us? Anger the God seems like a card that's come out a lot more recently.
Yeah,
with the bannings.
Yeah, I tried it out at GP Prague already. Okay. Like, I wasn't too satisfied with it there, because all of my creatures used to die to it, and I could always either choose to have no board position of myself when I cast Anger of the Gods, which would give my opponent no reason to overextend, and then you basically hit nothing with it. But now you got all the creatures, like you got Tarmogoyf that survives the Anger of the Gods, you got Deceiver Exarch and Scavenging Ooze after a few activations, which made Anger of the Gods way better.
Okay, next slide.
Okay.
A nice collection of one-ofs.
Yeah, I think I just think you have so many cards to choose from that have very, very similar effects. Like, of course, Combust and Dismember both kill the Nvala, but yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I mean, the sideboard, obviously, there's a lot of talk that goes into there, but I want to talk about the fact that nobody else on the team went with this deck, right? I mean, you've been playing a ton of Modern, and you actually had 2 Modern decks, right? You had the Tarmo Twin ready to go, and an Affinity deck ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But you went with the Tarmo Twin, handed off the Affinity to a teammate, right?
Exactly, to Christian Sideboard. He's 8-4 now, I believe. Or no, 9-3 as well, 9-3.
Okay, talk to me about that decision. Why the Twin deck rather than the Affinity deck if you had them both ready and prepped?
Oh, I think they're both really, really good and competitive decks. Yep. It's just that I really, really love Twin. It's just so much fun to play for me. Like, I also like to play Affinity, and if I would have thought that the Tarmo Twin is a really bad choice, like I see everybody playing with Farish or something, which apparently didn't happen, I probably would have gone with the Affinity deck, because I have a very good win record with it, and I like my deck list. But as it is, I wanted to show off my new version of Tarmo Twin, and it's just the most fun to play to me.
Well done. It looks fun, and I mean, it really looks like this is a deck you have a ton of experience with, and you keep staying one step ahead of the metagame. So. Nice job. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Tarmo Twin. Try it out.